Good morning from Sweden. I hope you are well. So this is the 24th of February 2026 and this morning's I Ching reflection. So this is the second day since I left my apartment. I'm still in Sweden, but I'm preparing to go to Portugal on next Sunday, and today is Tuesday. This is feeling exciting. Well, it feels very calm, actually. Yesterday was a very enlightening day. I am in a situation which is not very healthy at work. I'd say toxic. And I just need to I need to withdraw more, which the I Ching has been guiding us to just withdraw and respond. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the I Ching has got to say about this day. So we're starting by bringing ourselves into the present moment. Bring your thoughts to this point. So rooting down in the surface below, whether you're walking, sitting or standing up or lying down as well. Just feel the body become heavy and then deeply rooting with the surface below. But your spine should be remain rising towards the sky, unless you're lying down, of course. And as you breathe in, the stomach expands. You're breathing into the stomach and the stomach expands. And as you breathe out, it contracts. So breathing in and out through the stomach, through the nose, into the stomach. Bringing your focus to the lower dantian. And then bring your mind to the question you like to ask today. What is it that you are maybe struggling with, or you are wondering about, and what are you anticipating for the day ahead? It is guidance that you need. Okay, so let's start. So what are the energies around us, and how do we best navigate them in order to have the most smooth and joyous day forward? Heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind or wood, mountain, lake. So we have lake, do we? Within, so that's speaking about centered joy. Joy coming from within. Like when a lake is calm, when we cultivate our virtue, then we can generate joy from within, true joy from within, and then radiate it outwards. So what are the energies around us today, and how do we best navigate them in order to have the most smooth and joyous day forward? Heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. So we have earth above kun. Kun. And kun is all yin. All yin. I keep saying jin. All yin. So we have 2 yang lines and then 4 yin lines resting on top. So kun is talking about nourishment and responding to lives, what's going on around us. And this is the outer gua, so it's speaking about us responding. We are not taking action here, but just responding to what's coming towards us, okay? And this is the guidance we've had a lot lately. This last month or so, it keeps on coming back. Earth, this earth energy. It's just for us to learn to step back, and just respond. We are not the leader here. We're just responding to what's going on around us, okay? And now that's without. And then cultivating this solid, this strong inner center in us, that's the inner, so we can radiate joy from within, despite the situation, right? Outside. So earth over lake. So let's see what's changing. So first 6, second 6, third 9, fourth 9. Fourth 9, which means we have got thunder. This is also an energy. There's been thunder over lake. So there's like a thunderstorm coming in over lake. So it's a shock. It's a rapid movement, lots of movement, right? And lake is joy still. So we have this being guided to continue having this strong center. And we can come back if we're being triggered by what's going on around us today, and we're sort of being pulled out of this earth energy. We can bring ourselves back into this earth energy, this solid, knowing we are nourished by the universe, by breathing in through and out through the nose, into the stomach, into the lower dantian, which is this energy field that is in the center of us, 2 fingers below the navel and 3 fingers within. And then it will bring us back to this solid center where we can then start radiating joy and actually feeling true joy from within, okay? Despite what's going on around us. So let's see what the advanced gua is. So we got yang, yin, yin. So we got thunder within. And then we got yin, 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 and kun without. So this is kun and chen. And here we've got chen and dui. And chen as well, so this is the advanced or the hidden, so it's not that it doesn't have that much effect on us currently, but it's still there, like underneath. So even the thunder, the shock, a little bit of turbulence or movement even, right? This movement is within as it is without. We're moving into it without, but it's sort of within already. It's almost, but the thunder is like in the far distance. So let's have a look at what the I Ching is saying about these hexagrams. So we've got kun above and lake below, which is 19. And then we've got chen above, dui lake below, so that is 54. And that's what is changing in. And then we're going to have a look at this changing line there as well. That's where we are exactly in this hexagram. And then it's changing into this hexagram. So then we got hidden is kun above and chen below, which is 24. I think that is turning back, actually. Returning, coming back. So coming back to ourselves. So this is all the, here we've got lots of yin energy currently. Here's a balance of yin and yang, and here's lots of yin as well. And yin, and this is turning back. So we have gone through darkness. So when it's all yin, kun, earth over earth, it's darkness, okay? No. When we got kan over kan, that's darkness. But when we got all yin, that's all winter. It's also all this rest and withdrawal, and when everything slows down, that's winter, okay? But we're coming back here, returning. The summer is coming, so this is the spring is coming. We're coming to right at the end of the winter and actually turning into spring. And then so the yang is returning, and then eventually we will come into full summer. Okay, so let's have a look. So in number 19, which is approaching, that's a new. That is a new hexagram for this year. Okay, so we've not had that yet. So, and that is earth, with earth energy. And then let's have a look at 54. So we have not had that approaching at all this year. So that's interesting, really. Number 54 is marrying Maiden, which we have had as like a changing or an underlying energy before. So that is, let's have a look at the, and that's wood. And then 24, returning, falling away. So this bow, falling away, and fu, which is the returning, sort of go hand in hand. So something falls away and then you turn back, and then fall away and then turn back. So turning back here, turning back. And then we are coming back to ourselves. So we're going to have a look at that first. So turning back is earth as well. Very earthy energies. We'll start there actually. Start there with earth. So turning back, prosperous and smooth, going out and coming in, no harm, friends arrive. So let's have a look here. Things cannot go beyond the extreme. When they reach the limit, they turn back to the origin. Thus, after falling away comes turning back. Okay, so this is the story of yin and yang, or the teaching of yin and yang, and also about the universe. Like everything changes all the time. Although we're going through the darkest of times, it feels like there's no hope, and things will never get good again. They will, right? Eventually they will get good, because things are changing, right? So nothing ever stays the same. And although it feels like every day is the same, like we're just trouble, it is still changing, and eventually it will change for something better. And we must remain steadfast and upright, like continue being truthfully us and moving forward. Like yesterday we got the advice that despite we're being exhausted through all the things that we've gone through, and for me, like this big move in the midst of all the turbulence at work and the emotional distress and bullying actually was going on there. All this I've gone through, moving out and all kind of things, right? And being exhausted, but the guidance for us is to keep on going. Don't stop because we are exhausted. We're not rush forward and do something crazy. And here now we are turning back to ourselves, okay? The change has come here. It has changed. So it's gone beyond the extreme. So it's gone to the extreme, right? And then we're absolutely exhausted. But now we're turning back. We turn back to the origin. We're returning to ourselves. And this is the underlying energy that we have of this, right? So it's not the strongest energy, but it's the underlying energy. And here it also, at winter solstice, yang begins to surge, right? So it's been all at winter solstice, the 22nd day of the 11th month, the yang energy emerges. And when yang begins to surge, the idea is vividly expressed in the structure of this gua. For this reason, during the Zhou dynasty, the Chinese New Year began with the winter solstice. The yang energy starts a new cycle. So this is the inverse of the preceding gua, falling away. Falling away, see, it's like, so here all the yin lines, we're coming into winter solstice, and when this it turns into yin in the midst of winter, right? But now it's turning back, we're coming back, moving into summer, into something good, better. Okay? So that's the underlying energy, advanced sort of. Let's go to the main energy, which is 19. And this one I will have to read a lot because it's new to me. So approaching. Lin expounds the principle of leadership. So we've got earth above lake. Both Willem and Blofeld translate Lin as approach. Other translations employ leadership, overseeing, prevailing and arriving. In this book, approach is adopted. When many things have happened and been remedied, one can approach greatness. Thus, after remedying, approach follows. Okay, remedying. So this is after exhaustion. We need to remedy and heal ourselves, okay? And then if we remain steadfast and upright and we continue cultivating our inner strength, right? This solid inner of the lake, right? So we can develop this joy despite what's going on around us, right? So we can have this. And when we're going through tough times, we need to cultivate ourselves because this is a potential of great growth for us, okay? So when we've been exhausted, we need to remedy, heal ourselves, and then we can walk forward. And then when we walk on in life, we are much stronger because we have so much wisdom from what we've gone through. As long as we don't allow us to get triggered and then angry and frustrated and start lashing out at people and not learning anything at all, right? Although that's very easily done. But when we are being triggered, we breathe into the stomach, pulling all the energies from the mind down into the stomach. And then as we breathe out, we release it into Mother Earth. This earth energy, which is accepting it and then responding to us by bringing love and nourishment to us, okay? When many things have happened, there are opportunities for one to achieve greatness. It is not beneficial to wait. One should respond positively and immediately. This is the essence of Lin, approaching, okay? The Chinese word Lin has a range of meaning. Originally, it meant overlooking. In the sense viewing from above, it implies occupying a height or commanding position to lead, rule and control. This concept derives from the structure of the Gua. Earth above, lake below. Earth above lake suggests overlooking the lake. So we're actually overlooking the lake, overlooking the joy. The nourisher can see, I can nourish this lake, so we can cultivate this joy within. Let's have a look at the decision. Approaching, sublimely, prosperous and smooth, favourable to be steadfast and upright, ends in eighth month, misfortune comes. Okay, so the 8th month, I think it's September. In Chinese astrology, in the Chinese year. Approaching, sublimely, prosperous and smooth. So it is approaching, this is prosperous and smooth, favourable to be steadfast and upright, remain truthfully you, ends in 8th month, which is not good apparently, misfortune comes. Let's have a look more. Approaching, the firm is advancing and growing, joyous and obedient. The firm is central and properly responded to. The firm is central and properly responded to. So the yin line above is responding to the firm in the middle of the lake. So the lake, joyous and obedient. Great success along with this, his correctness. This is the Ta of heaven. At the end of the 8th month, there will be misfortune. Recession is not too long in coming. Earth above lake, an image of approaching. In correspondence with this, the superior person is willing to teach inexhaustibly and in his tolerance protect the people without limit. And at the moment, I think we need to teach by us being who we are, right? Kun is speaking about responding and taking a step back and just being there, right? And responding to whatever it is. And then, but despite being maybe attacked from different directions by people like bullies, we remain solid with this joyous center that we are radiating at. And this is teaching people that we are strong, right? And then we can become an inspiration to other people, and and then have tolerance, protect the people without limits. So we're not involving any other people. So what we're not doing, we're not going, as we're going through these difficult periods, we're not going and talking about people behind their back. Oh, they're doing all these terrible things to me, right? We remain solid within, and then by this, we're not involving other people in our struggle. We are actually protecting them and allowing them to live safely, and not being drawn in to this bullying energy. So they're being bullied, right? We're allowing them to live forward without being drawn into this one. So we are approaching greatness because the way we are working on ourselves. So that's wonderful, actually. So please remember that. Even though during the darkest of time, we have this potential to grow into greatness, to cultivate this inner peace, so the storms around us do not affect us. So let's have a look at the changing line, which is the 4th 6. Closely approaching, no fault. Closely approaching, no fault. This place is appropriate. Let's have a look at that, and I'm going to look at this text quickly as well. The 4th line is a correct place, a yin element at a yin place. It also responds to the yang element at the bottom. So they're responding here, yin, yang, okay? The 4th place is higher in accordance with the principle of approaching. One at this place is at a commanding place, able to have a view from above and help people move forward. Thus, this commentary on the Yao text says, closely approaching, no fault. The place is appropriate. One at this place is in a perfect situation and is able to lead the one at the bottom by going forward with trust in harmony. And actually we've had, yesterday I think it was, or a few days ago, it's about leading from the lowest rung of the ladder, right? You do not have to be in the leadership position to be a great leader. Like, just because you have the manager role or the lead role, it doesn't necessarily mean you are a great leader. Like, the great leader could be the one right at the bottom of the rung, and this person is leading by his virtues, by the way this person is acting and responding to life, and how they are moving forward in life. And then we are leading and teaching by the way we are, right? And becomes an inspiration to others. And this is, if we start shouting and screaming at people, that's not very inspirational. That will turn people against us. But by remaining steadfast and upright, we become this solid center, this peace in the storm. And then we can also becoming an inspiration, but despite being attacked from all sides, we are not wavering, okay? And we are not being affected by it. We remain like the earth, just receiving and then responding to this, and then turning this, whatever toxicity or negativity comes to us, we are turning it into gold, right? Turning it into greatness by cultivating ourselves, right? Focusing on us and see how we are responding, how are we dealing with this situation, because we are always going to encounter difficult situations in life from time to time. And then the better we become at responding to them, the better and more joyous our life is going to be, the less effect outer circumstances are going to have on our inner peace and joy, okay? So, and at this point, although it feels difficult, we are actually, we are dealing with this very well. So let's have a look at marrying Maiden, which is we're moving into here quickly. Through advancing and developing, surely one needs a home to return to. Thus, after developing, gradually marrying Maiden follows. Yes, so we are advancing, but we need to return home to ourselves. And then our home, our true home, is within us. It's our spirit, it's the true essence of ourselves, right? And this is part of the greater universe. And we all, despite what it looks like on the surface, right, all the obscurations a person might have, them actually make them do really bad things. The true essence of every one of us, each and one of us, is actually absolutely pure brilliance, okay? But it's so obscured by all the karma and all the trauma throughout our life and lifetimes before, and our ancestral lines, like coming in the DNA, all the trauma, which is then obscuring our view and making us behave in ways that are not very good and positive many times, okay? So the only thing to heal this and to inspire other people to heal is to heal yourself, okay? It always starts with yourself. However, if you're in a very dangerous situation, you need to take yourself out of it. And it is never your responsibility for how other people react or are acting. That is their responsibility. You are a beautiful, wonderful person. So you do not carry the responsibilities of other people's actions. Never, never, never. It's always their responsibility, okay? But you are responsible for your actions, okay? Marrying Maiden, moving forward, misfortune, nothing is favorable. So right now, we're not moving forward. And as we're coming, although we are advancing, but that's more cultivating our inner greatness, more so than actually doing a physical move out, outward. We are to continue the movement we're making is within to cultivate this inner stillness and joy, okay? So we are not at this point moving forward, and because nothing is favorable. It is a difficult situation that we are in. Marrying Maiden exposes the relationship between heaven and earth. If heaven and earth do not unite, all beings fail to flourish. Marrying Maiden represent the end and beginning of humans' relations. Joy with movement. Marrying offered young maiden, moving forward misfortune. Places are not correct and nothing is favourable. Yieldings are mounted on the firm. So yieldings are mounted on the firm. So nothing right now. There is a discord in relationships with other people. Not necessarily all people. We have some discord with some people. I certainly have that with two people. It's very toxic, right? But we remain this inner center of us joyful, right? Cultivate that, and then do not worry about the storms going on around us. Don't let them trigger you and make you trip over or react to them, right? Do not respond. Thunder over lake, an image of marrying maiden. In correspondence with this, the superior person persists in an everlasting relationship and avoids anything that would hurt the harmony. So right now you do not object to anything. You do not get into discussions and disputes about things. Just allow things to unfold, but remain truthfully you, right? And respond to, take what comes and then transmute it into something good, okay? So this is what is the day forward. So we are actually approaching greatness. It is changing. We are returning back. So the spring is coming and summer is coming. We have had a long, dark winter, really, but it is really, it's changing. And we have, with this, started to cultivate greatness within us, wisdom to move forward. But right now it's not a good time to move forward, but just continue, persist in everlasting relationship, cultivate relationships that are good, and avoid anything that will hurt the harmony. So if somebody is attacking you, not physically, I don't mean, but like telling you bad things or saying hurtful words or something, do not react. Just respond, take them, and then give them to Mother Earth, okay? This is not a time for a fight at all, okay? This is to cultivate greatness. So this Sorry, that's the dog, Buster, the dog. So this was the reading for today, and so this is the reading for today, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day ahead. I hope it was of benefit.